The galaxy was quiet that night. Stars burned softly. Space moved slowly like a giant sleeping beast. Nothing unusual happened in this part of the universe for thousands of years. And that was exactly why the patrol ship Zerith 9 almost ignored the strange signal. Almost. The ship's main sensor was old and tired, but even old machines can feel danger. A red warning light blinked on the control panel. A soft alarm rang through the dark metal halls. Unknown signal detected. Unknown signal detected. The captain of the ship, an alien named Serac, opened his 4 glowing eyes. He thought it was a mistake. After all, the region they were traveling through, the blue void, was known as a dead zone. No life, no energy, no planets worth studying, only cold silence. But when he checked the data, his eyes widened. The signal was real, and something was alive. Serac called his crew. Strange. Tall aliens gathered around the main screen. They were members of the Galaxy Empire, rulers of hundreds of worlds, conquerors of dozens of species. They were used to being the strongest in every corner of space. But the signal they were seeing did not belong to any known empire, any known species, or any known machine. It was ancient yet fresh, weak yet powerful, familiar yet impossible. The scientists on board spoke first. "Captain, this frequency is not natural," one alien scientist said. "It is controlled like a message." Serac shook his head. "From who? This zone has been empty for ages." The scientist swallowed. Maybe it was empty. Maybe not anymore. That sentence changed everything. The captain ordered Zerith 9 to change course. Slowly, the ship moved deeper into blue void, following a mysterious signal. The darkness around them grew thicker. Stars disappeared. Space became quiet in a way that felt too unnatural, like the universe was holding its breath. Hours passed. Then they saw it. A small, blue planet appeared on the screen. It was beautiful, covered with oceans, land, clouds, a shining world full of color. The complete opposite of the dead zone surrounding it. The crew fell silent. They had all studied maps of this region. For thousands of years, no chart showed a living planet here. It should not exist. "How can a world appear from nothing?" one alien whispered. Serac zoomed in on the readings. The planet had oxygen, water, heat, forests, cities, strange metallic structures, life, intelligent life, and not just simple life, busy, chaotic, fast-growing life. The sensors picked up billions of signals, radio waves, strange electromagnetic bursts. But then something even stranger appeared. A pulse. A strong spike of energy coming from one specific species on the planet. The computer AI stuttered as if afraid. "Warning, warning, biological signature detected. Species name, unknown. Survival level, extreme. Adaptation level, extreme. Potential threat, very high." The scientist's hands trembled. "Captain, we should leave. The species is dangerous." Serac frowned. "How?" "They look primitive. Their technology is old. Their cities are small. Their ships cannot even leave their own star system." The computer beeped again, louder this time. "Warning. Readings show unpredictable behavior. Warning. Species does not match standard evolution patterns. Warning. Avoid contact." Another pulse hit the sensors, stronger than before. It came from a group of humans in the middle of their daily life, from machines they controlled, from energy they produced with simple tools. Nothing advanced, yet somehow terrifying. The crew didn't understand how such basic creatures could create such chaotic, intense energy. No species in the Empire had ever shown this kind of signal, not even their worst war races. Serac leaned back in shock. "What are they?" No one answered. The planet below looked peaceful, but the data said something else. Something dark. Something unknown. Something powerful hidden under the surface of simple life. The Empire had explored thousands of planets. They had seen monsters with acid skin, creatures made of fire, giant beasts that could swallow ships. Nothing scared them. But this simple blue planet scared them. The crew watched as humans moved across cities, fought storms, survived disasters, laughed, cried, built, destroyed, rebuilt again. They never stopped. They never rested. They adapted to everything their world threw at them. An alien whispered, "They look fragile, but they survive everything." Another whispered, "They are not strong because of their bodies. They are strong because of their will." The room grew cold. Serac stared at the main screen, at the strange humans below, and felt something he had never felt before. Fear. He finally spoke in a quiet voice. "The Empire must know about this. We have discovered a species that should not exist. A species that evolves too fast. A species that survives too much. A species that the universe itself seems to protect." The captain closed the report with one final line. "We have discovered humans, and nothing in the galaxy prepared us for them." The Galaxy Empire received a report from Captain Serac within hours. The message traveled across hyperspace, passed through secure channels, and finally reached the Grand Imperial Science Tower. It was a giant structure floating above the Empire's capital planet, home to millions of scholars, researchers, and war strategists. Inside the tower, alarms rang. Lights flashed. High-ranking aliens rushed to the main council chamber. A single message from Serac had shaken the entire Empire. The council leader, High Scholar Varel, opened the file. He expected a simple discovery. Maybe a small animal. Maybe a new plant species. But when he saw the visuals of the blue planet and the strange creatures walking across it, he felt something inside him twist. "Humans," he whispered. A strange word. Soft, simple, but heavy. Varel ordered the ancient system known as the All-Eye to begin full observation. The All-Eye was the Empire's most powerful recording machine. It could scan a planet's entire history through energy echoes and signal trails. A giant sphere lit up. Blue waves circled around it. Slowly, images appeared, scenes from Earth across thousands of years. The aliens watched, and their confusion grew with every moment. High-voltage humanity's strange history. The first scenes showed early humans. Weak-looking creatures covered in fur, carrying stones, walking slowly across frozen lands. A young alien officer laughed. "They look like prey, something our smallest animal could kill." But then the scenes changed. Humans faced storms that destroyed their homes. They faced giant animals. They faced endless winters. They faced heat waves that killed thousands. And they survived. They always survived. Varel narrowed his 4 eyes. Normal species die after such events. Yet they learn and grow stronger. The All-Eye jumped forward in time. Humans now built villages, fought each other with spears, hunted large beasts, and made fire even in impossible conditions. The aliens watched humans climb mountains with almost no equipment. They saw humans travel deserts without rest. They saw humans survive injuries that should have killed them. "They heal too fast," a scientist commented. "Their bodies break, but they repair themselves." High voltage, the Empire begins to worry. The next scene shocked them even more. Humans discovered agriculture, built cities, created languages, formed armies, invented iron tools, started writing. Their progress was chaotic, but unbelievably fast. Varel checked the timeline twice. This is impossible. No species evolved this quickly. A military general stepped forward. "If they continue like this, they will reach space much sooner than we predict." For the first time, worry filled the chamber. High voltage, they survive everything. The All-Eye continued showing human history. Volcanoes erupted. Earthquakes destroyed cities. Floods swallowed towns. Diseases wiped out millions. Any other species would have gone extinct. But humans rebuilt. Again and again. Every time stronger. Every time smarter. One alien whispered, "It is like their world is trying to kill them, but they refuse to die." Another added, "Maybe that is why they are dangerous. Their world trained them." High-voltage human behavior. Strange and terrifying. The council expected humans to be careful, peaceful, and slow. But the images showed something else entirely. Humans fought wars, brutal, chaotic, violent. Yet from those wars, they invented new strategies, new machines, new ways to survive. Humans explored oceans in small wooden boats. They climbed into skies using balloons. They built machines that crossed continents. They experimented with electricity. They created medicine that saved millions. Every mistake made them stronger. Every failure became a lesson. Every disaster became a motivation. The aliens stared in disbelief. They are not strong because of their weapons, Varel said. They are strong because they do not fear danger. High voltage emotional power. The most confusing part was watching humans interact. They cried. They laughed. They fought. They helped each other. They protected their families fiercely. They risked their lives for strangers. Aliens did not understand emotions. But after watching humans, they felt something strange, almost respect. A scientist said, "They are more united in crisis than any species we have seen." Another whispered, "If they ever join together as one, they will be unstoppable." High voltage the fear begins. Finally, the All Eyes showed recent Earth. Humans inventing computers, rockets, satellites, nuclear energy. Their technology was still basic compared to the Empire, but the speed of their progress was terrifying. The aliens noticed a pattern. Humans reach a new stage of technology faster than any species ever recorded. They are not the strongest. They are not the smartest. But they are the fastest learners in the galaxy. Varel closed the sphere and stepped back. He looked at the council and spoke slowly. Humans should not exist. Creatures that survive so much, learn so fast, and rise after every fall, are the most dangerous force in the universe. The room went silent. Drops of fear formed in the eyes of the Empire's greatest minds. Humans were not just survivors. They were a storm waiting to grow. And the Empire had just discovered it. The Empire Council did not sleep that night. Every lab, every research room, every strategy hall stayed active. All screens played the same recordings again and again. Humans building, humans learning, humans surviving, humans rising. By morning, the entire Galaxy Empire understood one truth. Humans were different, dangerously different. But the biggest shock came when the Empire began to study human technology. White Medium Star, the first tech analysis. Inside the Imperial Tech Chamber, dozens of alien scientists sat around a large glowing table. Holograms of human inventions floated above them. Fire, wheels, boats, factories, computers, rockets. To the aliens, many of these machines looked primitive. A young scientist tapped on a hologram of a human airplane. They fly using engines made from metal and fire. This is very old technology. Another pointed at a human rocket. Even their space machines are simple. They burn fuel to reach orbit. Inefficient. The room laughed quietly. But the laughter stopped when the oldest alien scientist, Master Engineer Terrell, stood up. He rarely spoke. But when he did, the entire Empire listened. Terrell waved his hand, and the holograms began to move quickly through human history. Boats to ships, ships to engines, engines to aircraft, airplanes to rockets, rockets to satellites. And all of it happened in a shockingly short time. Terrell turned to the room. Look carefully. Their machines are simple, yes, but their progress is not simple. He zoomed the timeline. In only a few hundred years, they moved from horses to spaceflight. No species in the galaxy has ever done that. Silence, shock, fear. White medium star humans learn too fast. Terrell continued. Most species in the galaxy take thousands of years to reach basic flight. Humans reached it in decades. One scientist whispered, "But this speed is impossible. It breaks natural development laws." Terrell nodded. Exactly. They break every rule. He pointed at human communication devices, radios, satellites, phones. They share ideas quickly. They spread knowledge fast. If one human discovers something, millions learn it in days. Aliens didn't have that ability. Knowledge in the Empire moved slowly, controlled by councils. But humans? They shared everything. Good ideas, bad ideas, solutions, mistakes, dreams, technology. Knowledge spread like fire. Terrell finished with a single line. Their technology grows like a living creature. Fast, chaotic, unpredictable. Everyone in the room felt a cold chill. White medium star, the dangerous human pattern. The council created a special team whose only job was to study human innovation. After days of research, they found a terrifying pattern. Whenever humans face a problem, they create new technology to survive. Whenever humans face a stronger enemy, they invent weapons no one expects. Whenever humans face destruction, they rebuild with something better. This pattern scared the Empire more than anything. A general spoke quietly. They may be primitive today, but tomorrow they will not be. Another added, if they continue evolving like this, they will catch up to us sooner than we think. Varel, the council leader, felt his chest tighten. Humans were not a threat because of what they had now. They were a threat because of what they could become. White medium star, the great fear, adaptation. The Empire then studied how humans used their technology. They discovered something horrifying. Humans didn't invent things for comfort. They invented things for survival. Fire survived the cold. Weapons survived danger. Medicine survived disease. Boats survive hunger by fishing. Tools survive work. Cities survive storms. Satellites survive ignorance. Every invention had one thing in common. Humanity created technology because they refused to die. This disturbed the Empire deeply. Most alien species build technology slowly, calmly, peacefully. But humans? Humans build technology like cornered animals, fast, desperate, powerful. One analyst said, if they ever reach advanced level tech, they will be unstoppable. White medium star, a terrifying example. The Empire studied human nuclear weapons next. Aliens expected to see destruction, but they saw something stranger. Humans used this terrifying technology only twice, and then they became afraid of it. They created global rules, warnings, agreements, systems to stop its use. Aliens watched the footage in confusion. Why do they create weapons stronger than their own survival? Another answered, because they learn faster from danger than from peace. This frightened the Empire more than anything else. A species that learns from disaster becomes stronger every time it nearly dies. White medium star, human curiosity. Then came the final shock. Humans didn't just use technology to live. They used technology to explore, to discover, to dream. Aliens watched humans build telescopes and stare at the stars. They heard humans say, what is out there? Are we alone? Let's find new worlds. A species that dreams beyond its world is the most dangerous kind. Terrell whispered, they are curious, too curious. Curiosity makes them grow. Curiosity makes them reach for the sky. The Empire had seen curious species before. They always became powerful, always became leaders, sometimes became conquerors. But humans were different. Humans were curious and fearless and adaptive, a deadly combination. White medium star council order. Finally, after hours of silence, Varel spoke. We cannot judge humans by their current strength. We must judge them by their future potential. He looked at the screens showing Earth. And their potential is infinite. The council agreed on one decision. Keep watching the humans. Study every invention, every idea, every movement. Because the Empire understood something terrifying. Humans may look small today, but tomorrow they could shake the galaxy. For weeks, the Galaxy Empire watched humans from afar. They studied human history, human behavior, human technology, and every new discovery increased their fear. But the Empire still believed one thing. Humans may be dangerous in the future, but right now, they cannot see us. That belief lasted until one very big mistake. White medium star, the secret mission. The Empire Council wanted more information. Visuals from the All-Eye were powerful, but not enough. They needed real-time scans, closer readings, and better recordings. So they sent a small scout ship to Earth's orbit, a silent vessel named Shade 12. Shade 12 was not a normal ship. It was the most advanced stealth craft in the Empire, invisible to all known sensors, silent in all frequencies. Even its shadow was hidden. The crew consisted of 4 elite watchers. Their first rule was simple: do not make contact. Humans were unpredictable. The Empire wanted observation, not war. Shade 12 entered Earth orbit quietly, hidden behind layers of cloaking. From above, humans looked peaceful, busy, unaware. The alien pilot relaxed. They cannot detect us. Their technology is too young. The crew believed that. They should not have. White medium star, the impossible detection. The ship completed its first orbit with no problems. The crew scanned cities, oceans, forests, military bases. Humans continued their normal life, unaware that alien eyes were watching their every move. Then, on the third orbit, something strange happened. The radar system of Shade 12 beeped, softly at first, then louder, then dangerously loud. Warning, external scan detected. The crew froze. Shade 12 was cloaked. No species in the galaxy could scan it. The pilot hissed, "This is impossible. No one can see us." But the alarm grew stronger. Warning, lock-on signal detected. A lock-on signal meant only one thing. Someone or something on Earth had found them. The aliens panicked. They checked for human ships, for human fighters, for human satellites. Nothing. Just Earth, clouds, and normal human machines. Then a message appeared. A message from Earth. Yes, a message. A direct communication. In human language. Sent straight toward the cloaked alien ship. The screen displayed a simple sentence. "We know you are there." The crew stared in horror. White medium star human response. Not fear, but curiosity. Before the aliens could react, another human transmission arrived. This time it was from a large space agency on Earth. The translation AI processed a message. Unidentified object in orbit. We request communication. We do not intend harm. The aliens were speechless. Humans had detected a cloaked ship, not with advanced scanners, not with hyperwave receivers, but with strange, simple, unpredictable human technology. A communication officer whispered, "How? Their machines are basic. They should not see us at all." The pilot's voice shook. It is not their machines. It is their instincts. Humans had noticed unusual signals. Tiny gravitational shifts, microreflections, abnormal heat changes. Things no other species cared about. But humans? Humans noticed everything. White medium star, the first mistake. Shade 12 tried to escape. The pilot activated the silent drift engines. The ship began to move away from Earth's orbit, but the humans were watching. More human signals arrived from the ground. "Why are you leaving?" "We just want to talk. We see your movement." Shade 12 accelerated. Humans tracked it. The ship tried to hide behind the moon. Humans recalculated its path. They had no advanced sensors, no alien math, no hypertech, but they had something else. Pure determination. White medium star panic in the Empire. The crew immediately sent a message to the Empire Council. Emergency. Humans detected Shade 12. They can track cloaked ships. They are watching us. In the council chamber, every leader froze. This was not expected. This was not predicted. This was not logical. A general shouted, "Are you saying these primitives broke our best stealth systems?" Shade 12 replied, "Yes, they see what should not be seen." The council room fell into chaos. If humans could detect their cloaked ships, what else could they do? White medium star human persistence. Back near Earth, Shade 12 tried to jump to hyperspace. But a final message came from humans. A quiet, calm, chilling message. "Do not be afraid. We only want to understand." The alien commander Shade 12 felt something strange, something they rarely experienced. Respect. Humans were not attacking, not threatening, not begging. They were simply asking. Curious, brave, calm. This confused the aliens more than any weapon. Humans did not react with fear. They reacted with interest, and that was more dangerous. White medium star escape. Finally, Shade 12 initiated hyperspace jump. The ship vanished from Earth orbit. The humans stopped sending messages, but the damage was done. Shade, 12 returned to the Empire with only one sentence in their final report. Humans can see the unseen. The Council read the message again and again. Fear spread through the Empire like a cold storm. If humans could detect a ship that was invisible to every species in the galaxy, what else were they capable of? The Empire now understood. Human danger was not in their technology. It was in their minds. And the galaxy had no defense against a mind like that. The Empire Council gathered again, this time in full emergency. Every top leader, every scientist, every strategist crowded into the largest chamber in the galaxy. The message from Shade, 12 replayed on the giant screen. Humans can see the unseen. Silence filled the room. Then murmurs. Then fear. The Council knew something critical. This was no longer simple observation. Humans were not just strange. They were dangerous. White medium started the report. The Imperial Science Team presented their findings. They had studied humans for weeks, using all possible tools. The report was clear. Humans learn faster than predicted. Humans adapt to disasters almost immediately. Humans evolve behaviors in ways no algorithm could predict. Humans fight instinctively together and survive impossible situations. A young officer whispered, "They are not afraid of anything." The oldest scientist, Terrell, added softly, "Not fear but determination. They never stop, never surrender. And that makes them unpredictable." The room grew cold. Unpredictable species were the most dangerous in the galaxy. History had shown that only a species who defied expectation could overthrow empires. And now the Empire faced one. White medium star, a pattern emerges. The Council studied human history again, this time focusing on the pattern of survival. Volcano destroys city, humans rebuild stronger. Famine wipes out thousands, humans invent new farming. Disease spreads, humans discover medicine. Enemy attacks, humans fight back with new tactics. The pattern was clear. Every time humans were faced with near extinction, they did not fall. They rose. Faster, smarter, stronger. One strategist said, "They're like a species designed by the universe itself, a species that improves every time they are attacked." Another whispered, "They are not just survivors, they are adapters, and adapters cannot be controlled." The Council shivered. White medium star, the human's secret power. Then came the most frightening discovery. The Empire compared human weapons to their own. Humans had simple tools, swords, guns, bombs, nothing compared to alien fleets. Yet, humans used what they had with precision, creativity, and strategy. Humans invented machines from nothing. They learned from mistakes. They improved constantly. One military officer said, "If humans reach advanced technology, even our largest fleets could fail." The Council gasped. It was not the humans' current power that frightened them. It was their potential. White medium star, fear in every mind. The Council began speaking in whispers. They can learn faster than us. They can adapt faster than us. They survive disasters we would never survive. And they fight together as one. Varel, the Council leader, spoke quietly. Other species fear weapons, fear strength, fear death. Humans fear nothing. That makes them dangerous. Another scientist added, "Even their emotions make them strong. They protect each other, care for strangers, risk their lives for family. All these things unite them. Other species cannot understand this. We cannot predict this." The truth hit the Council like a comet. Humans were not just strange. They were a force that could never be contained once pushed. White medium star, the Empire's dilemma. The leaders argued. Should we contact them? Should we destroy them before they grow? Should we leave them alone? But every option was terrifying. Destroy them now, and risk awakening their full potential. Contact them, and risk learning just how clever they are. Leave them alone, and wait for a species that may one day challenge the Empire itself. One general finally spoke. "We have seen nothing like this in thousands of worlds. Humans are unstoppable. If provoked, we will not defeat them. We will be defeated by our own underestimation." White medium star, the final realization. The council looked at the images again. Humans climbing mountains, diving into oceans, building machines, standing tall in disasters. The Empire had faced monsters, tyrants, natural disasters, but humans were different. Varel closed a hologram and said the words that echoed across the chamber. Humans are not dangerous because they destroy. They are dangerous because they survive. They are dangerous because they adapt. They are dangerous because they never give up. They are dangerous because they are unstoppable. A quiet fear filled the room. The Empire realized the truth. Humans were not a species to be conquered. They were a storm waiting to grow, and storms cannot be contained once they rise. The council made one decision. Observe them. Do not attack. Do not provoke. We will wait and watch. The galaxy has never seen anything like this before, and we may never see it again. White medium star, closing hook for part 5. As the council debated, the screen flashed one last time with a human child looking at the stars. The child whispered softly, unaware of the watchers in space. I wonder what is out there. The council shuddered. Humans were curious, fearless, and unstoppable, and the galaxy had no defense against a species like that. The warning was clear. Never underestimate humanity. The Empire Council watched in silence. Humans were dangerous, unpredictable, unstoppable. But they needed proof. We must test them, one general said. We must see what they are truly capable of. And so the decision was made. A small fleet of drones was sent to Earth, fast, silent, strong. The mission: observe human reaction and, if necessary, measure their strength. White medium star arrival of the drones. The drones arrived quietly in Earth's orbit. They were metal beasts, armed with weapons humans had never imagined. Their sensors scanned cities, military bases, and forests. Each drone transmitted data back to the Empire. The aliens expected fear. They expected panic. They expected humans to run, hide, or surrender. They expected weakness. But Earth remained calm. White medium star human reaction. On the ground, humans noticed strange phenomena. Drones appeared in the sky, yet they were invisible to radar. Buildings shook slightly as drones hovered nearby. Power flickered in some cities. And humans responded not with fear, not with chaos, but with strategy. Civilians ran to safe areas. Scientists analyzed the signals. Military units mobilized. Engineers tried to track the drones. And children watched from windows, curious, wide-eyed, unafraid. One scientist whispered, "They are calm. Even in danger, they do not panic." Another added, "It is as if they expected this. They adapt instantly." White medium star, the first clash. The drones activated their weapons over a city. Energy beams shot toward a group of humans. The Empire expected screams, chaos, destruction. Instead, humans scattered strategically. They took cover. They coordinated their movements. Some even redirected the drones' attacks using simple technology and clever thinking. The drones were destroyed one by one. Humans did not use alien-level weapons. They used their minds, teamwork, and simple machines in ways the drones could not anticipate. The Empire watched the transmissions in horror. "How?" a general gasped. "They are defeating our drones without our technology." White medium star, human ingenuity. The council watched more scenes from the drone's cameras. Engineers built simple devices that disrupted drone sensors. Military units created traps using everyday objects. Civilians organized warning systems, guiding each other to safety. Even children contributed, signaling patterns to avoid drone attacks. Every action was fast, creative, precise. Every human was part of the defense. Every human was a problem solver. The Empire had never seen coordination like this, never seen courage like this, never seen adaptation like this. White medium star, the Empire's panic. Reports flooded in from the drones. Humans neutralizing drones at an alarming rate. Civilians joining military defense effectively. Unexpected tactics. Drones destroyed within hours. The council grew pale. One strategist whispered, "They are learning during battle." faster than we predicted. Every drone we send, they improve against the next. Another added, if they ever reach full technology, no fleet, no weapon, no empire will stop them. Varel, the council leader, looked at the screens in disbelief. Humans were not attacking aggressively. They were defending each other, and that was their true power. White medium-star humans, fearless and united. The Empire had studied many species. They had conquered worlds where species fought until the last of their kind. But no species had ever survived like humans did, fearless in the face of unknown enemies, united even when weak, strategic even with primitive tools, resilient even when losing. The council whispered among themselves, "This is not a battle they can lose, and this is not a species we can conquer." White medium star, a terrifying lesson. After hours of observation, the drones retreated. They returned damaged, broken, unable to complete their mission. The report was clear. Humanity is not just surviving our attack. They are learning from it. They are adapting to it. They are stronger now than before we arrived. The council gasped. Humans were not merely defending themselves. They were improving. They were growing stronger with every challenge. Varel spoke quietly, his voice heavy with fear and awe. We came to test them, but we only prove one thing. We cannot defeat them. We cannot predict them. And if provoked, they will become unstoppable. White medium star, closing hook for part 6. The last transmission from the drone showed a child in a ruined city square. The child looked up at the sky where the drones once hovered. He smiled and shouted to his friends. We did it. We stopped them. The Empire watched silently. No one could argue. Humans were fearless. Humans were united. Humans were extraordinary. And the galaxy had only begun to understand their power. The Empire Council gathered one last time. Every top leader, every scientist, every strategist in the galaxy floated in the Grand Chamber. The reports from Shade, 12, and the drone mission filled the room. Every transmission, every recording, every calculation. And one truth became undeniable. Humans were unlike any species the galaxy had ever seen. White medium star, the Empire in shock. The Council replayed footage of humans facing danger. Cities under attack by invisible drones. Entire towns surviving natural disasters. People organizing instantly, defending each other without hesitation. Scientists inventing new solutions in hours that should have taken decades. The images left the Empire's leaders pale. They had faced countless threats. They had fought species with fire, acid psychic powers, and colossal armies. But nothing compared to humans. Humans did not need the galaxy's strongest weapons. They did not need fear to act. They did not need orders to fight. They only needed each other, and that made them unstoppable. White medium star, the truth about humanity. Varel, the council leader, addressed the room. We have studied humans for months. We have tested them, and now we understand the truth. Humans are dangerous, not because of what they destroy, but because of what they protect. Not because of their weapons, but because of their will. Not because of their size or strength, but because of their unity, courage, and adaptability. The room was silent. A few aliens whispered among themselves. They could defeat fleets, empires, worlds. And yet, humans were unaware of the galaxy's gaze. Unaware of the Empire, studying every move they made. Unaware of the danger they carried simply by existing. White medium star, the Empire's decision. The Council debated for hours. Some wanted to destroy Earth before humans grew stronger. Others wanted to make contact to control or study them directly. But the consensus became terrifyingly clear. We cannot attack humans. We cannot approach them. We cannot provoke them. They are a species that cannot be controlled. If threatened, they will become unstoppable. Every member understood the consequences. Humans were not a species to be underestimated. They were a force that, if challenged, could rise beyond the Empire itself. Varel concluded, "We will watch them. We will learn from them. And we will pray they never see us as a threat." White medium star humans, the unseen apex species. The Empire's final reports described humans as Unpredictable, no algorithm could predict their reactions. Fearless, nothing could stop them from defending themselves. Adaptive, every disaster made them stronger. United, even strangers helped each other in crises. Curious, they explored, discovered, and dreamed beyond their world. The Empire realized a terrifying truth. Humans were not just a species. They were a storm growing silently, a storm that could reshape galaxies if awakened. A scientist whispered in awe. They may be small now, but in time, they will dominate any world they touch. They are the apex species the universe did not prepare for. White medium star, the final human moment. Back on Earth, humans continued their ordinary lives. Children laughed, scientists experimented, workers built, and families lived. No one knew they were being watched. No one knew that the galaxy's greatest powers had studied every invention, every battle, every disaster they faced. A young boy looked up at the stars one night and whispered, "I wonder what is out there." Little did he know, he was speaking to an empire that had already realized humans were unlike any other. Humans were not dangerous because they sought power. They were dangerous because they refused to fail. And the galaxy had only begun to understand what that truly meant. White medium star, closing hook. The Council sent one final message to all fleets. Do not provoke humans. Do not attack Earth. They are unlike anything we have faced, and if challenged, they will become unstoppable. The Empire had learned its lesson. Humanity had proven itself without ever knowing it, and somewhere across the countless stars, humans continued to grow. They laughed, they built, they explored, and the galaxy waited, unaware of the storm that had quietly begun, the end or the beginning of humanity's rise. The galaxy was quiet again. Stars burned softly. Planets moved in their orbits. Everything seemed normal. But in the shadows, the Empire did not rest. They had studied humans for years. They had sent drones. They had watched humans survive impossible dangers. And they had learned one terrifying truth. Humans were unstoppable. White medium star, the Empire's fear. The Council gathered in secret, away from public view. Every leader knew it. Humans were no ordinary species. Varel, the Council leader, spoke softly. We have watched them survive disasters that would destroy other civilizations. We have seen them fight enemies that no species could withstand. We have seen them adapt faster than our technology can track. Humans are not just a threat. They are a force of nature. Other leaders nodded in fear. The Empire had faced tyrants, warlords, and monsters across galaxies. But humans were different. No one could predict them. No one could control them. White medium star humans, unaware. Back on Earth, humans went about their daily lives. Children played in streets, unaware of the eyes watching from orbit. Scientists studied stars, computers, and oceans. Military units trained, but nothing prepared them for an alien empire observing silently. The humans had no idea they had already survived an encounter with an entire galactic fleet. No one knew the Empire had tested them with drones. No one knew the world had been quietly evaluated and found extraordinary. And that was the most dangerous part. Humans did not need fear to act. They did not need orders to adapt. They only needed to live, to survive, and to protect each other. White medium star, the Empire's dilemma. The Council debated what to do next. Some argued, we should destroy them before they grow stronger. Others said, we should monitor and learn from them. But the wisest voice, an ancient strategist, said, if we attack them now, we awaken the full potential we cannot yet measure. If we leave them alone, they will grow. And nothing in this galaxy can stop them once they are ready. The Council fell silent. They had no choice. They could not interfere. They could only watch. White medium star, a glimpse of humanity. Humans continued to grow, invent, and explore. Engineers built machines that stretched the limits of imagination. Scientists discovered new ways to harness energy. Ordinary people helped each other survive storms, fires, and chaos. Children dreamed of stars, space, and the unknown. Every action, every decision, every human life was a spark. And the Empire knew that sparks, over time, could become a wildfire. One council member whispered, we do not control them. We do not understand them. We can only observe and hope they never see us as a threat. White medium star, the hidden threat. Deep within the Empire's secret files, one note stood out. Humans are unpredictable. Humans are fearless. Humans do not fear death. They protect each other. They adapt to every challenge. They learn faster than any system we have created. A species like this becomes unstoppable if provoked. The council leaders looked at each other. No one could argue. Humans were no longer just a species. They were a storm waiting to rise. And the galaxy had only glimpsed the beginning. White medium star, a human whisper. Meanwhile on Earth, a young boy looked at the night sky. He whispered to his sister, "I wonder what is out there. I wonder if we are alone." The stars twinkled back. Somewhere, far above, hidden eyes watched silently. The Empire knew humans had no idea. Humans had survived. Humans had grown. Humans had become extraordinary. And the Council knew, one day, humanity would rise beyond the galaxy's expectations. And nothing, not even the Empire, could stop them. White medium star closing hook/teaser. The screen faded to black, but a single line echoed to the Empire chambers. Observe them. Do not provoke them. For when humans awaken, the universe itself will feel their storm. The galaxy waited silently, and humans, as always, continued to live, to dream, and to grow. The end, for now,